Hello students, I'm Ravina Jaisinghani here from Amarchand Singhvi International School. I hope you all are fine and doing well. We have started with our chapter number 3 of volume 3, that is tools of financial statement analysis, comparative statement and common size statement. In that we have seen that there are various tools for analysis of financial statement, and we have started with one of them, that was comparative statement. I have already given you the introduction about comparative statement, that it is also known as horizontal analysis, and we have done a sum related to that, in which we have solved the balance sheet and prepared comparative statement of balance sheet. Now in this video I am going to explain you that how you are supposed to make profit and loss statement in comparative statement. That means how is comparative statement of profit and loss prepared. See, basically profit and loss shows what? It shows profit earned or the loss incurred during the year. It shows the data of 1 year. Okay, but when you prepare comparative statement of profit and loss, it will show you operating results of various year. That means more than 1 year. Or operating results means it will show you profit, loss, expenses, incomes, how much percent of them have increased or decreased. Okay, so let us start with solving one sum, so that you'll get a clear idea what is to be done. Now here I am having a question related to that. See, prepare comparative statement of profit and loss from the following. Okay, now you are given data here. See, the change here is what? Here you have to prepare a profit and loss statement yourself. In the previous sum of balance sheet, what was there? You just had to copy the balance sheet and then do this comparative working. But here what you have to do, you have to prepare the profit and loss statement first, and then you have to move further. Okay, so let us start preparing the profit and loss statement. See, profit and loss statement also, the sequence is to be followed for that. So first of all, what is there? First there is revenue from operation. So we'll write down revenue from operation first. I have given each this column name similar as we have given in balance sheet. Okay, so first of all, write down revenue from operation. We all know that revenue from operation means net sales. Okay, so for here also, first what you'll do, you'll write the date of 2019 and then you'll write the date of 2020. So the date of 2019, the revenue from operations is 3,20,000. So write down 3,20,000, and for 2020 it is 5 lakh. So write down 5 lakh. Okay, then next head here is other incomes. Okay, but as we don't have other income, you can skip it. Just write down second, that is expenses. You can write expenses, and under expenses we are having various expenses here. See, purchase of stock in trade, change in inventories, other expenses. Okay, so I'll write down all those sub expenses below the major head, that is expense. Now first one is purchase of stock in trade. So write down purchases of stock in trade. Now for 2019 it is 2,50,000. So write down 2,50,000, and for 2020 it is 4,50,000. So write down 4,50,000. Then next expenses is change in inventories. Okay, so write down change in inventories here. Change in inventories, inventories of stock in trade, of stock in trade. Okay, then that is 50,000 for 2019 and 50,000 for 2020. Both is similar, so write down the amount for both of them. Okay, then what you are supposed to do is, after that you are supposed to write another expense, that is other expenses. Okay, now write down other expenses here. Now see, in other expenses, you are not given the amount directly. Okay, now what we are given here is percentage of cost of goods sold. That means for 2020, 8 percentage of cost of goods sold, and for 2019, 30 percentage of, sorry, 10 percentage of cost of goods sold. Now, first of all, what will require? cost of goods sold. Now from how will you find out cost of goods sold? In 11th standard, I have already taught you the formula for cost of goods sold, and many of you would have not remember it. So I'll repeat for you. Cost of goods sold, the formula for cost of goods sold is opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Okay. Now your question will be, where is opening stock and closing stock, right? But instead of that, you are given change in inventories. You are given change in inventories, and change in inventory you already know is opening stock minus closing stock. So you are given opening stock minus closing stock. So what is left? Purchases, and which is already given to you. So you can directly find cost of goods sold by adding purchases and change in inventory. So let us do a small working related to it. This is part of your answer. You have to show this working. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to add both of them. So first of all, we'll find the purchases of 2019, that is 2,50,000. So write down 2,50,000, and then purchases of 2020 is 4,50,000. So write down 4,50,000. Then there is, you have to write change in inventories. Now change in inventories for both the years is 50,000. So write down that 50,000 in each of the year. Then what you are supposed to do, add both of these, because for cost of goods sold, opening plus closing minus opening plus purchases minus closing. So change in inventory is already opening minus closing. So adding these both, 2,50,000 plus 50,000 will give you 3 lakh. Okay. And then for this 3 lakh, for next year it is 4,50,000 plus 50,000 will give you 5 lakh. Okay. Now what it is given is percentage. Now the expense we have found out cost of goods sold for both the years. Now let us see how much percentage it is saying. For 2019 it is saying 10%. Okay. I have written here incorrect. I'll correct it. 10% here and 8% here. So 10% of cost of goods sold. Your cost of goods sold for 2019 is 3 lakh. 10% of that will be 30,000. And for 2020 it is given 8% of cost of goods sold. So 8% of 5 lakh will be 40,000. So here you got your other expenses in amount. So write down this amount in the statement. Other expenses will be 2019 is 30,000 and 2020 is 40,000. Okay. Done. Now what you have to do is, you have also given tax bracket, but tax is deducted on profit before tax. So let us find out the profit first. For profit, what you have to do, profit, how do we find profit? Sales minus all the expenses. Okay. So first of all, write down total expenses here. Now total expenses, add all these expenses. 2,50,000 plus 50,000 plus 30,000 will give you 3,30,000, and here 4,50,000 plus 50,000 plus 40,000 will give you 5,40,000. These are your total expenses. Now what you have to find is profit, and that is also profit before tax, because we have not deducted yet tax from this, and that will be 1 minus 2. That means the first total, that is revenue, minus total of second one, that is expenses. So 3,20,000 minus 3,30,000, the answer is 10,000, but in negative. So write down in brackets 10,000. Okay. Similarly here also, see, this is taking directly negative value. In notebooks you have to write it in brackets. Here you will similarly 5,40,000 minus 5 lakh minus 5,40,000 will give you 40,000. So write down in brackets 40,000. Okay. This is profit before tax. Now you have to charge tax, and that also how much percentage? 30%. Now 30% of tax will be charged on profit. But are we having any profit? No. So just leave it blank. There will be no tax charged as there is no profit. Okay. Then you have to write profit after tax. If there was profit 30% of that on that would have been charged, but if there is no profit, so we will not charge anything. Same profit after tax will be 10,000 but negative, and 40,000 in negative. So here we complete half of our sum, that is we have prepared our profit and loss statement. Now what we have to do is same working what we did for balance sheet. Okay, so let us do it. First of all, absolute change, that means how much a particular item has increased from the previous year. See, from 3 lakh 20 it has increased to 5 lakh, that means difference between 5 lakh minus 3 lakh 20,000, B minus A, that will give you 1,80,000. Okay, similar for next item, purchases from 2 lakh 50 to 4 lakh 50, so it has increased by 2 lakh, so 2 lakh here. Change in inventories, there is no change, leave it blank. Then other expenses from 30 to 40,000, so there's change of 10,000. Okay, total expenses from 3 lakh 30 to 5 lakh 40, there's change of 2 lakh 10,000, so write down 2 lakh 10,000 here. Then in profit there's change, that there is more loss of 30,000, so write down in bracket that there is more loss of 30,000. See, negative because we are, the value is in negative, so I have written it in brackets. Okay, there's no text, so leave it blank, and profit after tax stays same, that means loss of 30,000. This is very simple step. Next step is also very simple, which you are supposed to do, and that is similar to what we have already solved, that is percentage. We have to convert this absolute value in percentage. Okay, so converting into percentage is very simple. What you can do is this C divided by A into 100, or you can do the cross multiplication, that from 3 lakh 20,000 it has increased by 1 lakh 80,000, so from 100 how much, so 100 into 1 lakh 80,000 divided by 3 lakh 20,000. If you do so, you will get your answer. What I'll do here is I'll just use a feature of Excel to find out the percentage. See, what I'll do, I will what we are doing actually is the difference divided by this base. Okay, so what the difference between these both, so I'll do that. Now what I'll do here is this cell, that is D13, minus the cell that is C13 divided by base, that is or C13. Okay, so I'll get the answer in percentage, and if I don't get the answer in percentage, here what I'll do, I'll use the feature of Excel, I'll get the answer in percentage. Okay, this cell gets the answer in percentage 56.25, but it is taking a roundup value as 56 percentage. But in examination you'll get no such feature. You are not supposed to give your examination in Excel sheet. So what you have to do, you have to do the calculations yourself. How you'll do it, that means C divided by A into 100, or convert this absolute value into percentage. Okay, so here next one, what you will do is 2 lakh, it have from 2 lakh 50,000, it has increased by 2 lakh, so from 100 how much, 100 into 2 lakh divided by 2 lakh 50,000, you'll get your answer as 80 percentage. Okay, so you'll get your answer as 80 percentage. If you do so, 2 lakh divided by 2 lakh 50,000 into 100, there's no change in inventory, so leave it blank. Similarly for other expenses, from 30,000 it has increased by 10,000, so from 100 how much, 100 into 10,000 divided by 30,000, so you will get your answer as 33.33 percentage, but it will take roundup value, but in examination write it as 33.33 percentage. Okay, then what will 33.33, not this. Okay, then other expenses also done. Now total expenses are two, it has increased by 2,10,000. From 3,30,000 it has increased by 2,10,000. So 100 into 2,10,000 divided by 3,30,000 will give you 63.64. Okay, 63.64 percentage. If you don't write percentage in each of them, it's fine, as we have already written percentage change here. Now profit, see, for profit before tax the answer is in negative. Now if you divide my negative 30,000 by 10,000 into 100, you'll get the answer as 300, and that too in positive, because both the values are in negative. Okay, so percentage will show you positive increase of 30,000. That means your loss, sorry, 300 percentage, that means your loss has increased by 300 percentage. Okay, then similarly there's no change here in profit after tax, so that will be also 300 percentage. Okay, if you are not writing percentage in each of these items, it's fine, I'm repeating that again. The working of this is same as you have done in all the sums of balance sheet, but the difference here was to create profit and loss account. I hope this video will be helpful for you to solve further sums. Till then, keep learning in this new way. Thank you.